Math 5, Quarter 4, Week 3, Milk Base. Let's learn about volume of a cube and rectangular prism using cubic centimeter and cubic meter. Hello kids, it's me, Teacher Frel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and hit the notification bell for the latest video. You can also follow my Facebook page, Teacher Frel TV. Welcome back kids! For today's lesson in Math 5, we will discuss about volume of a cube and rectangular prism using cubic centimeter and cubic meter. For most essential learning competencies, finds the volume of a given cube and rectangular prism using cubic centimeter and cubic meter. Estimates and uses appropriate units of measure for volume. In your previous lesson, you have learned to visualize the volume of a cube and a rectangular prism as well as the use of formula during the application. In this lesson, you were able to visualize the process of finding the volume and derive the formula in solving mathematical problems and real-life situations. As a learner, you are expected to A. Finds the volume of a cube and a rectangular prism using cubic centimeter and cubic meter. B. Estimates and uses appropriate units of measure for volume. Let us have a review of the past lesson. Look at the figure. How many cubic centimeters are there in the first layer? As you can see in this figure, the length is 5 cm and the width is 2 cm. To know the cubic centimeter of the first layer of this figure, you have to multiply the length and the width. 5 times 2 equals 10. So therefore, the first layer is 10 square centimeter. How many layers of cubic centimeters will it take to fill the box? So look at the figure. The height is 4 cm. So therefore, there are 4 layers to fill the box. What is the total cubic centimeters are needed to fill the box? To know the total cubic centimeters, you have to use this formula. Volume equals length times width times height. Or you have to multiply the length, which is 5 cm, the width is 2 cm, and the height is 4 cm. 5 times 2 equals 10 times 4 equals 40. So therefore, the volume of this figure is 40 cubic centimeter. Volume of a rectangular prism and a cube. Volume, or V in short, is the number of cubic units needed to fill the spatial figure. It is the amount that will occupy space of the figure. Volume is three-dimensional or 3D process of measuring the spatial figure. It is composed of the area of the base, which is length times width times the height, or V equals L times W times H. That is why every answer is in cubic units, which are cubic inches, cubic centimeter, cubic meters, etc. Cube. A cube is an example of a spatial figure that has 3 dimensions. Since all the faces of the cube are perfect squares, the length, the width, and the height are equal. The sides of the square are also called edges of the cube, and S is the symbol used. Thus, the formula to find the volume of the cube is S times S times S, or cubic square. How to find the volume of a cube? This cube has a side of 3 cm. To get the volume, you have to multiply each sides. So the formula to get the volume of a cube is V, or volume, equals side times side times side, which is 3 centimeter times 3 centimeter times 3 centimeter. So therefore, the volume of this cube is 27 cubic centimeter. 27 cubic centimeters is read as 27 cubic centimeters. Rectangular prism. We know that for a rectangular prism, the base is always a rectangle. Therefore, the area of the base is always the product of length and width. To get the volume, we just multiply the area by the height. Volume of rectangular prism equals area of rectangle times height. How to find the volume of a rectangular prism? Here is an example of a figure of a rectangular prism. To get the volume of a rectangular prism, use the formula volume equals length times width times height. So the length is 5 cm, the width is 3 cm, and the height is 4 cm. 5 times 3 equals 15, times 4 equals 60. So therefore, the volume of this rectangular prism is 60 cubic centimeter. And now, read and study the problem below. A storage box is 60 centimeter by 40 centimeter by 30 centimeter. What is the volume of the box? Now, we have to get the volume of the box. The volume of a rectangular prism is equal to the product of its length, width, and height. The formula is volume equals length times width times height. The length is 60 cm, the width is 40 cm, and the height is 30 cm. Multiply them, 60 times 40 times 30. Therefore, the volume of the storage box is 72,000 cubic centimeter. Study the figure below and analyze the given unit of measure to find its volume. Number 1. Let us find the volume of this figure. The length is 5 cm, the width is 3 cm, and the height is 2 cm. The formula for this figure is volume equals length times width times height, where the length is 5 cm, width is 3 cm, and the height is 2 cm. So 5 times 3 times 2 equals 30 cubic centimeter. So that is the volume of this figure. Number 2, find the volume of this figure. The length is 10 meter, the width is 6 meter, and the height is 4 meter. Let us use another formula, which is volume equals base times height. So remember, the area of a base is the length and the width. We have to multiply first the length and the width, which is 10 meters times 6 meters. 10 times 6 equals 60. Now multiply the height. 60 meters times 4 meters equals 240 cubic meters. So this is the volume of this figure. Number 3. The figure is a cube. Each side are the same, which is 3 cm for the length, for the width is 3 cm, and the height is 3 cm. Now the formula to find the volume of a cube is volume equals side times side times side, or 3 cm times 3 cm times 3 cm. So multiply 3 times 3 times 3 equals 27 cubic centimeter. So this is the volume of this figure. The solid figure in numbers 1 and 2 are both rectangular prisms. The third figure is also a prism, but since the length, width, and height are all the same, it has a special name. It is a cube. If the length, width, and height and form a special formula for finding the volume. Volume equals length times width times height. Length is the side of a cube, the width is another side of a cube, and the height is the side of a cube. So the formula of a cube will be side times side times side, or cubic side. So this is the formula for the volume of a cube. Let us study about estimating and using appropriate units of measure for volume. Let us read the problem. Elijah has a rectangular box with sand inside it. He wants to know the capacity of the box. What shall he do? What unit of measure will he use? The unit of measurement you will use depends on the size of the objects you will measure. For tiny objects, it is better to use cubic millimeter. For small ones, we use cubic centimeter or cubic decimeter. And for big objects, we use cubic meters. Let's try to answer this. Write the best unit of measure to find the volume of the following. Write cubic millimeter, cubic centimeter, cubic decimeter, and cubic meter. Number 1. Water in a rectangular pool. What is the best unit of measure that we are going to use? Correct. The unit of measure that we are going to use is cubic meter. Number 2. An ice before it melts. What is the best unit of measure that we are going to use for this? Correct. It is cubic centimeter. Number 3. A dice. What is the best unit of measure for this? Very good. We should use cubic millimeter. Number 4. A blackboard eraser. What is the best unit of measure for this? Very good. We should use cubic centimeter. And number 5. Oil in a rectangular box. What is the best unit of measure for this? Very good. It's better to use cubic decimeter. And now let us proceed for the following activities. Learning Task 1. Find the volume of each prism. In the first column, we have the length. Second column, we have the width. In the third column, we have the height. And in the fourth column, write the volume. To find the volume, multiply the length, the width, and the height. Let's answer the first row. 4 meter times 2.5 meter times 3.5 meters equals 35 cubic meters. Second row, 8 centimeter times 4 centimeter times 5 centimeter equals 160 cubic centimeter. Third row, 16.5 centimeter times 12 centimeter times 8 centimeters equals 1,584 cubic centimeters. Fourth row, 7 meters times 2 meters times 4 meters equals 56 cubic meters. And for the last row, 16 centimeter times 7 centimeter times 12 centimeter equals 1,344 cubic centimeter. Learning Task 2. Find the volume of the following prism. Number 1. This is a cube. To find the volume of a cube, multiply side times side times side, which is 10 meters. So 10 times 10 times 10 equals 1,000 cubic meters. So the volume of this figure is 1,000 cubic meters. Number 2. This is a rectangular prism. To find the volume, use the formula volume equals length times width times height, where the length is 20 meters, width is 8 meters, and the height is 14 meters. 20 times 8 times 14 equals 2,240 cubic meters. So this is the volume of this figure. Number 3. This figure is a rectangular prism. The formula to get the volume of this figure is volume equals length times width times height, where the length is 12 cm, the width is 5 cm, and the height is 8 cm. So, 12 times 5 times 8 equals 480 cubic centimeter. So, this is the volume of this figure. Number 4. This figure is a cube. The formula to find the volume of a cube is volume equals side times side times side, where sides is 13 meters times 13 meters times 13 meters equals 2,197 cubic meters. So this is the volume of this figure. And number 5, this figure is a rectangular prism. The formula is volume equals length times width times height, where the length is 8 meters, the width is 4 meters, and the height is 3 meters. 8 times 4 times 3 equals 96 cubic meters. So this is the volume of this figure. For learning task 3, write the best unit of measure to find the volume of the following. Choose your answer from the box below. So these are the measures that you are going to answer: cubic millimeters, cubic centimeters, cubic decimeters, and cubic meters. For number 1, a wooden rectangular chopping board. What is the best unit of measure for this? Very good. The answer is cubic centimeter. Number 2, a container van. What is the best unit of measure for this? Very good. The answer is cubic meters. Number 3, a room air conditioner. What is the best unit of measure for this? Very good. The answer is cubic decimeter. Number 4, a brick of butter. What is the best unit of measure for this? Very good. The answer is cubic centimeter. Number 5, a thick book. What is the best unit of measure for this? Very good. The answer is cubic centimeter. Number 6, a hollow block filled with cement. What is the best unit of measure for this? Very good. The answer is cubic centimeter. Number 7, a soap box. What is the best unit of measure for this? Very good. The answer is cubic centimeter. Number 8, a matchbox. What is the best unit of measure for this? Very good. The answer is cubic millimeters. Number 9, wall cabinet. What is the best unit of measure for this? Very good. The answer is cubic meters. And number 10, a lunch box. What is the best unit of measure for this? Very good. The answer is cubic centimeters. Now let's move to learning task 4. Apply the appropriate formula to find each volume. Number 1, the length is 5 cm, the height is 7 cm, the width is 2 cm. Now, find the volume of this figure. The formula is volume equals length times width times height, or 5 cm times 2 cm times 7 cm equals 70 cubic centimeter. So this is the volume of this figure. Number 2, side equals 10 centimeter. Find the volume. The formula is volume equals side times side times side, where the sides is 10 centimeter times 10 centimeter times 10 centimeter equals 1,000 cubic centimeter. So this is the volume of this figure. Number 3, side 7 centimeter. Find the volume. The formula is volume equals side times side times side. Or 7 cm times 7 cm times 7 cm equals 343 cubic centimeter. So this is the volume of this figure. Number 4. The width is 1 meter, the length is 5 meters, and the height is 6 meters. The formula is volume equals length times width times height, where the length is 5 meters, the width is 1 meter, and the height is 6 meters. Now multiply 5 times 1 times 6 equals 30 cubic meters. So this is the volume of this figure. And number 5, width is 4 meters, length is 6 meters, and the height is 2 meters. Find the volume. The formula is volume equals length times width times height, where the length is 6 meters, the width is 4 meters, and the height is 2 meters. 6 times 4 times 2 equals 48 cubic meters. So this is the volume of this figure. For a simulation, find 3 objects in your house that are rectangular prisms or cubes. Measure their length, width, and height using the most appropriate unit. Then compute for their volume. Write your solutions in your notebook together with the drawing of the objects. For example, a shoebox. The length of this shoebox is 35 cm, the width is 25 cm, and the height is 12 cm. So we will going to use the formula of volume equals length times width times height, or 35 times 25 times 12. So the volume of this box is 3,000 cubic centimeter. For the assessment, find the volume of the following prism. Write your answer in your notebook. Number 1. The formula is volume equals length times width times height. The length is 9 cm, the width is 3 cm, and the height is 5 cm. 9 times 3 times 5 equals 135 cubic centimeter. So this is the volume of this figure. Number 2. The formula for this is volume equals length times width times height, where the length is 15 cm, the width is 2 cm, and the height is 2 cm. 15 times 2 times 2 equals 60 cubic centimeter. This is the volume of this figure. Number 3. The formula for this figure is volume equals side times sides times sides, where the sides is 10.5 cm times 10.5 centimeters times 10.5 centimeters equals 1,157.625 cubic centimeter. So this is the volume of this cube. Number 4. The formula is volume equals side times side times side, or 15 cm times 15 cm times 15 cm equals 3,375 cubic centimeters. And number 5, the formula is volume equals length times width times height, where the length is 31 cm, the width is 8 cm, and the height is 11 cm. 31 times 8 times 11 equals 2,728 cubic centimeter. So this is the volume of this figure. So kids, are your all answers correct? Wow! Good job! Kids, I hope you learned a lot from this lesson. Until our next topic, bye-bye kids! Thanks for watching!